That's weird because, hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Everybody
Oh,
Needs an Aquarius. It's your girl, Dom.
hey, look, y'all don't understand. We've been trying to figure this out. Yeah, look,
It started, I was like, let me just not even say
we
that. Let me
here.
just go roll right into it. I got you, friend, because that's what we do.
Yo, I was really sorry. I gotta apologize to Dom. Brother had to take a little nap, man. I'm getting
No,
older, and I
no.
realized this
Tell
naps are
them
vital.
what you said to me. I want you to tell
Yeah,
them what you said to me when you got your ass on here. Tell them how the dream
I take
happened.
me a minute. Oh, yeah. So I wouldn't have made it. Period. It was literally a person in my dream. I was dreaming. I was hanging out with these chicks sitting on the like bench thing, though. And somebody just walks by in the middle of my dream, like, "Hey, man, you need to get up out of here, though, man. You got to show the dude." I'm waiting for you dead ass serious. I was like, "Oh shit, I do," and I literally popped right up and then looked at my phone and saw the time and it text you. Like literally, I'm talking about that's literally 5, 6 minutes ago. All that happened in sequential order.
Now, in your I'm gonna give you a little leeway because we said 6:30 my time. And then I was trying to go and make some plays maybe later. And then I was like, can we potentially move it up? And then we said kind of like 5:45. And then you was like, I just got home. Let's do 6 your time. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bet. Here we are. You up here making out because I'm calling the test. I was like, you ain't never this late. What's going on? Are you okay? Because like I start to get worried about stuff like that when people don't say nothing to me, and y'all know my biggest pet peeve is people being late. But then when I ain't hear nothing from you, I got worried. And then I was like, "Does like what's Xander's phone number? She got a phone. I'm gonna call your baby and
No, I
say,
was
hey, where
asleep.
your daddy at?"
But she do. I need to give you Xander's phone number. Now you give
Yeah,
you
I'm
Xander's
like,
phone
I'm
number.
gonna
There
need
you go.
Xander's
Like,
phone number.
like
Can
Xander's
you go
like,
find
hey,
your daddy?
he's sleep. Daddy's sleep now.
I'm like, oh my god, it was so crazy. It's
Hey,
so
that's
crazy.
funny because that's real.
Hey man, you gotta wake up. You got stuff to do.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, yeah, literally lit. And I popped up immediately. Like I literally, it was like literally right over this way. I literally popped right up. I'm just one was like I wasn't even like that. Like I rose up like the Undertaker in wrestling. Like I just rose right up. It was just let's go. All
Okay.
right, let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
And that's
So
exactly
before
what
we
happened.
get
I rose on up.
listen, I listen. Speaking of dreams and things like that, I was asking you. Okay, well, I don't know what happened to D, but I'm here, and I was asking D if you ever pick up on certain energies or from people that you've previously encountered. Not saying this person is, like passed on or anything like that, but how long do you pick up on certain energies from people? I typically or was thinking that it could be for that duration that you are in a relationship with somebody, but ultimately, um, in like the recent weeks, there have been a couple of things where it's been somebody that I haven't dated and we're still connected. And this person reached out to me saying, oh my gosh, I just felt that I needed to share with you that you're killing it. You going hard and blah blah blah. You got it. It's coming to you. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I was having a tough day that day. I was frustrated with myself and like a lot of different things. And to get that message from that person, I was like, dang, I haven't sexually interacted with you since like 2014 or 15. So that's weird that you picked up on that. And then today, I picked up on the energy of this person, and I was saying to Daryl, I feel like this person is here. And I looked up and confirmed that this person is here. Not from, but whatever. And so I want to know how, like, I'd be interested in following up and reading about energies like that. And I'm a person, I believe in transfer of energy. I believe in the chakras. I do like the yoni like detox and have done so many since these encounters, how is it that I'm still feeling these people's energy? Is it something that I am unintentionally channeling, or what? Like I just want to know, like from the male perspective, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, I actually have felt it with women. Not necessarily not have said anything. Sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. But then I also have been just a nut nigga and was trying to holler on the low, and like my energies kind of matched up to me be able to say that, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
oh my gosh. Okay, so never mind. I'll just continue to research on the
Like
interwebs.
I was using my I was using my powers for evil. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Daryl, okay. At some point, I be
If that
fighting
makes
for us
sense.
Aquariuses. No, it don't make sense because I be fighting for humanity and all these things when it comes to us because people want to give us a bad rap all the time. You're not helping my case, bro. You're not helping me.
Mhm. No. You're correct, but I'm just saying I'm being for real. Like there's a 10% of it that I have been, a nut nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure this out and trying to be better. But in general, on a general basis, if somebody does that and they hit me up or whatever or something like that, there is an attachment between certain different energies and types of people that remind them of each other, and they don't even know why they remind you of them. That's why they're reaching out to you and they're within that space. I feel in general
Okay.
because they have similar energies. Those energies for you feel the same, so therefore they reach out to you. But I'm saying that's the over amount. And I'm saying it's also that sometimes you actually feel that same energy of another person that is similar to you, especially if they're around the same sign. And then you just be like, you don't like that. You like the dude in belly. I don't like that. And then you reach out just to try to distort whatever potential energy that's the same, is what I'm saying.
I
It's like
wonder if
being
there's
Rico. What was his name? Rico and Belly. Belly.
okay. I'm wondering if there is some sort of ritual, and then people gonna think I'm a witch. I could do the break. I mean,
Get your
you know,
chakras
we're
out.
listen. Put a note or a name on a stone or a potato and drop it at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep.
Man,
Yep.
I don't know. Like it's just so weird because it's so what's so crazy about it is that I hit my homegirl up, uh, my Gemini friend, and she was like, "That's so funny because I didn't say a name, but I said something that like that was just really funny." And she knew exactly who I was talking to. She's like, "That's wow," but she's had similar experiences too. And I don't know, like it's really weird. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience. I don't think that's like linear to any type of sign. I think it's just based on
No.
chemistry, like energy, physics, science. So
And
I don't
I've
know.
utilized it for evil and for good.
Always use it for good. I always try to show up. I don't think I've ever used it for evil. I don't think I have. But hey, we're the villain in somebody's story.
Yes, you have.
I have. Did I tell you something and I don't remember, friend? I'm trying to think. No, in hindsight, like I'm
Yeah, it's all
literally
good.
trying to look up.
There's nothing.
I, y'all, he lying on me. He just fucking with me. He getting in, trying to get inside my mind. But we gonna keep it moving. Moving on to
No,
the
I'm
next
not. No, I'm not.
subject. He is, cause I'm a good person.
I'm not.
I sound like,
Promise you,
oh
I'm
no,
not.
like I sound like Beyonce or
I
Kelly when I
promise
said
you,
it,
I'm
cause
not.
I'm a good
I
person.
promise you, I'm not.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, y'all, we
I
have
promise you, I'm
surviving
not.
Diddy.
I promise you, I'm not.
We got surviving Diddy updates. Yes, you are.
All right.
What you got?
I want to give a shout out to a St. Louis, a future legend, the great Gene Deal. I don't know. It's gonna be Nelly, Gene Deal on the totem pole at some point. The St. Louis
Yo,
Legends.
okay. So that's why I called you the other day. I called you the other day when I was like leaving somewhere and you didn't pick up. You took forever to call me back because okay, I have I have questions for I don't. It's not that I even have questions. I think people when I and I'm not the biggest comment reader because I don't like niggas pissing me off, and then y'all don't got y'all shit private and I
Mhm.
can't respond. But a lot of people are wondering how Gene Deal has not been touched, and I'm trying to wanting to explain it to people, and I try to tell people I don't think you understand the way that St. Louis niggas roll. They're a different breed, my nigga. Like they cut from a different cloth, and I'm saying this as a person
And
from
we'll talk
St.
about that in a minute. We also will ruin your lives, women, potentially.
We
Just
can.
say-
We can and we will, okay? Why
Men
y'all
and women,
think
it ain't just men. Just
men and
period.
women? We will. And I, because and I was trying to tell people, I was like, I think the reason why he has not been touched on top of that is it would look very suspicious and you think that oh nobody is coming to seek revenge. In the words of Drake, we'd be looking for revenge, and it would come to you, and it would be the craziest way that they would get you knocked off. Not encouraging that, and not saying that we are killers, but the writing is kind of on the wall. And what he's been saying, he's been speaking for so long. It's not like this is new information that he's pumping out to y'all. At this point, it is. I already told y'all what is going on and what it is. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gene Deal is becoming a legend. He's becoming a legend before our eyes.
You know,
Who would have ever
I
thought?
think you say what? What'd
Like,
you
who would
say,
ever
D?
thought Gene Deal would be that guy, though? Like, I said, who would ever thought that Gene Deal would be that guy? Like, we would be like, damn,
I
like he was
mean,
right.
I don't think. Okay, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Now, I don't think he would. I the type of OG dude that he is. He not talking just to talk. Like he don't need clout. He don't need none of that stuff. So that's the crazy part is people always trying to say, oh, it's somebody, what about did he sound in India? Da, 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 da. I'm like, at some point, niggas don't care. And just
Yeah.
Puffy's like more latest, I'm not gonna say his latest bodyguard, but in the recent years, this guy's even speaking out because he's even talking about the mental toll that working for Puff took on him. He's like, I got daughters. I've stopped him from doing crazy stuff to, Cassie and whomever. He didn't say the other people's names, you know, out of probably their safety because then they don't get harassed and flooded with comments. Um, but ultimately, yeah, I think it's just very I think we're at the point where when we talk about a shift happening and that needs to happen in hip hop and our culture as a whole, and we've talked about it here so many times, and even during this. But
Mhm.
listen, and like you said, there's now we talked about the impact that this is a trickle down effect because now it's affecting different people that are the family tree that's attached to Diddy, as far as his companies go. He told you about the revolt thing. He was gonna have to step down. and they can play it like he wasn't day to
Bye
day.
bye.
But it has affected them. Like I have, people that have shows on that network, and they have definitely said that it has just been a shift. So we gonna see, but I mean, he got slapped with more lawsuits.
Do you so it,
Do I think?
so we talk about this constantly. Is his career effectively over?
Okay, so you were saying that you think he's gonna pop out at the Grammys because he's nominated. I'm telling you,
He's got an ego.
Crisis. No, but I'm telling you, Crisis PR 101. He gotta shut it down. He cannot. He cannot.
We just want a person that has had
I
multiple
am
deaths
aware,
on him. He didn't.
but I'm aware, but he cannot. If he knew, if he was going to try to rehabilitate his image and all of that stuff, which he recently did with "Oh My Name Is Love," Brother Love. Um, but ultimately, he got to chill. We It is the same thing that we said about Trey Songz. You got to go and sit down for a couple years. We don't need to see you. We don't need to hear from you, and just chill, because we know how the circuit runs. Ultimately, at some point, you will be able to go back outside, but you gotta chill. You gotta be low key. Just kick it at your house. Go to the Maldives, wherever, Bali, and just post up. Cause how you got Suge Knight? You got Suge Knight from prison posting in support of Cassie, posting pictures of your alleged son of Justin.
Hey, Sugar's petty for that. That's
Right.
real low.
Knowing this, it is he. I just so that's not shocking at all. But and how does Suge Knight have a podcast behind bars? Somebody let me know. But listen, I ain't no hater. I'm just trying to understand better, okay? Because I got a dude,
That is
I
a
got a
great
dude
question.
that be in my DMs that be liking stuff, and I was because my homeboy was on live one day. Yes, yes, yes. My homeboy was on live one day, and I was like, so I requested to be in the live because I was him and three other niggas, but one of them niggas was fine as fuck. And so I was like, okay, I ain't trying to be messy, but the two of y'all look like y'all in prison. Are y'all in prison? And they was on live from prison. It's like, yeah. And then the one that looked like a milk dud was like, gonna follow me, and then be like, yeah, I get out on such and such. I'm like, okay, I think you look great.
Hold on. So they were really out for real? They were in jail for real?
Yes, on live. My homeboy wasn't in jail, but his homeboys was in jail. Yeah. And one of the dude that followed me, he be posting pictures in his like rusty jail cell, all of that. Rusty. So when
Hold
I
on.
meet
He
you,
posted
I
his
tell
jail
y'all,
cell?
nigga, I'ma send you the picture.
And
When I tell y'all my
like he on
DSP,
MTV Cribs.
nigga, saltines and sardines.
Check it out.
When I tell
You
y'all
know what
my
I'm saying?
DMs be dry, I
I
be
got my new
serious
hot
when I
plate.
listen.
Got the new hot
I
plate
I,
over
I can
popping, you know.
And I'm not judging. Who are me to judge? But still, when I tell y'all niggas my DMs be dry or it be some weird shit happening, that be the weird shit that be happening. I
If
just
that's happening, then I believe you.
it's crazy. Like I don't know what the fascination is with niggas like bitches like and niggas in jail, and I don't get that. I ain't never understood it. But anyway, back to the situation at hand. And now this
Yeah.
puffy shit has, like how many more
What?
lawsuits? How many more lawsuits, D? Not just for Puffy, but I'm saying like it started a chain reaction because you said we got Jamie Foxx.
Axl Rose, Jimmy Iovine, another Bill
Bro,
Cosby joint.
it's enough. Wait, I missed that.
Yeah, it's another Bill Cosby.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
y'all.
the
Okay,
Cosby got damned up again.
listen. Why? Why did Daryl the other day gonna say? He said, Bill Cosby just should have died, and I was like, I don't
Hey,
think
that
that's
never
how that
came
works.
out. Why'd you say that? We never released it.
Oh, I thought you said
I
it on
didn't
another
say that.
podcast.
No,
I thought
we
you said
never
it on.
came out with that. It's fine.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, cut that out. It was 21 seconds, 21 minutes and 20 seconds. Cut it out. I thought
I
you said it
know.
on another podcast.
I did, but we never released it. So it's technically not out there in the ethos yet. I
Oh,
will
okay.
say it again at some point, but I need to yeah.
Fuck. All right, my
Don't
bad,
worry.
my bad.
I'm gonna pull it out.
I'm sorry.
But the cars got jammed up.
Yeah. Oh man.
Again. Yeah, he got another lawsuit on him. Also, Keith Murray was talking about how he had sex with Bill Cosby's daughter in his last 2 weeks, 3 weeks too.
Again?
He said he was hitting it and he kept on like looking at. Yeah, he's talking
Yes,
about
we talked about that on
every
here
surface. I
before.
think it's an old movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we talked
but
about
I
that on
got
here.
that. It popped up the same day.
Oh my gosh.
It repopped that guy during his lawsuit time.
Dude.
But there's somebody else as well. But the thing is, Adams, the mayor of New York as well. He
Yes,
got
yes,
popped for
yes, yes.
something in
I think
'89.
it's somebody else black. Okay.
Eric Adams.
I'm not even shocked with Eric Adams and his shenanigans at this point. I'm surprised it took this long for something to come out about because it's just very uh esoteric is not the word that I'm looking for. Chaotic is the word that I'm looking for. Very chaotic. And I don't like him. And I don't even live in New York. It's just so crazy. But do you
What you got?
think that that's it? Like do you think it's as we go into 2024, do you think it's going to be even more stuff that'll come out, or do you think it's going to chill for a second?
Somebody gonna write a book that didn't get their lawsuit in. That was in another state.
Oh, oh, sidebar. Cassie don't have no gag order.
Right? Yeah. No. There we go. That's it. Let me read. I gotta put a time. We got this surviving Diddy for real. Part 3 right now. Right now. It's starting right now. Start right now.
Okay.
People don't understand that she didn't have because it was a certain amount of time period between that she doesn't have to have a gag order. So she's looking to write that book. Everybody's like, oh, and now she can't because then it serves credence to those people or against those people that were like, oh, she's not against survivors, whatever. That don't mean she can't still talk now because it was within a certain time period that she got settled. This case was settled that she doesn't have a gag order.
Also, it's how her attorney set up the lawsuit that also prevented them from giving her a gag order. So Cassie could ultimately, though she capitalized off of it, off of suing him, and she can turn around and become a New York Times bestseller and tell really spill the tea and tell what happened. Because it wasn't like she was just suing him, because technically she was, based on her contract, she was still technically an employee of Bad Boy, Epic. She named all these different entities, so that's how also they had to settle that really quick, because the longer that they could have prolonged it, like had Discovery came into play, it would have made it a million and one times worse, even though it was a lot of things that happened in the suit. So yeah, it pays to
The
read
Captain
and
was
to
good.
know the ins and out of the law. And when we talked about that before, unfortunately, how statute of limitations works for filing a complaint against a person, a lot of times in many states, to criminally file, depending on where you live, can be anywhere from 1 to 2 years from when it happened. So she dated Puffy for 10 years. She kind of, based on the New York statute of limitations, it had already expired because they were still in a relationship, even though the abuse was ongoing. And
Mm.
so the civil court provides a longer period where you can sue for, financial gain.
Yeah, for punitive
Ultimately,
damages.
what can happen in that suit is, if the state finds that, hey, this holds value, this holds up in court, and blah 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 blah, the state can turn around and press charges against you. That can happen. So I want
But it's
people
not gonna
to,
happen.
that's not happening because it didn't even, go that far. But I want people to understand the laws, and I think that we be so quick to try to cape for people. And if you like toxic shit, I think everybody has their toxic thing that they give, a pass for. Mine is Chris Brown. I feel like I love that toxic ass nigga. And here's the weird thing about Chris Brown, though. And I understand that he has had things that happen in his adulthood too. But also, when a lot of the stuff started happening, like the nigga was like 12. He was 15, like 8, maybe 17, because they were underage when that happened. 17. But that's my toxic person. I'm gonna say that. I turn the other cheek, and do I say that, oh, he not fucked up? No, I be like, that nigga hella fucking wrong when he has done stuff. But I also know that but it's not like he out here molesting kids. And he did. And in the Rihanna case, they
He
she
is out there claiming
acknowledged.
Damu though.
Huh? What'd you say?
He is out there claiming Damu though. Damu, he's out there claiming blood.
What is that? What's that?
Blood? Damu?
Oh no, he be saying he
Blood?
a
The gang?
pyro. No, he be saying he pyro.
No, but his dog is named Damu. No, no, no. His dog is named Damu. That's a part of being a Paru. Damu is a sect
Oh, see,
of
look, this is
Paru.
this is beyond mine.
Blood.
That street ghetto shit I don't know nothing about. Because I was named after Dominique Devereaux, and I like to tell people that the champagne is burnt and my caviar is your caviar is mediocre as fuck. Okay, that's all I know.
Shout out to Falcons Crest.
So, but okay, so I think the conversation that we also should be having is that sometimes niggas sometimes can just be terrible people. Like your grandmama said, they come from killing stock, they do fucked up shit, and they are just wrong. And a lot of times, a
Right.
lot of people are willing to step on people and do terrible things to be at the top, and that's just unfortunately, like, it just shouldn't be like that. Do I enjoy Last Train to Paris? Yes, I love Last Train to Paris. I love the No Way Out out. That doesn't negate the fact that he's a shit person. And that's the reality of it. I think that's really the conversation that people need to have. Just like how people never stop listening to that guy that be peeing on people, that was taking advantage of young girls, that is now in prison. And that's cool. That is what you like to listen to. I don't think his music didn't make enough impact for me to be like, yeah, man. Especially knowing what we know, that half of that shit was about underage girls. It's weird. And that's cool. That's your toxic thing. But we have to stop saying that, oh, somebody was out to get somebody made the Illuminati mad. No, it's not. The chickens always come home to roost. Niggas can be trash ass terrible people too. And when I say niggas, that includes women too.
Mm. Hey, hold on, y'all. We're gonna take a break real quick. Hold on. Man, so I just want to give shout out to Gene Deal at the end of it all. I love that he's wearing a St. Louis hat too, though, yo. I love that. I love. Maybe it's just a small thing for me, and then I didn't sit there and he wore it with so much glee, like he's smiling with the STL fitted, laid back, just like, oh, I'm gonna get real St. Louis on y'all for a minute, let you know
I love
what
it.
it's gonna be.
I think in the recent years, I have a new love for St. Louis. And like I said, like for me, unfortunately, it took me to move away. But the way that I'm like, oh, I need a Cardinals jersey, I need a Blues jersey, and like it's like new brands popping up that I support. Like I love Profield, even though
Yeah,
like some of the stuff doesn't say St. Louis on it, but I have like their 314 day T-shirt and stuff like that. And there's like this other brand that's like that Jason Tatum like wore called like Shop Ambition. They got like this gold bar. And I'm like, yo, like, yeah, I know y'all be trying to do stuff for other people. I'm like, when is that coming back out that has like the St. Louis on it with like the gold bar right there? It's like so fucking dope. So yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
It's
Since we
like
talking about St. Louis, we might as well talk about shout out to you Dom that has been coining this, spinning the block season. Um Nelly and Ashanti have announced allegedly. I mean, I guess I wasn't the black and gold ball or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm too.
black and white ball. That's how out of touch you are. It's black and white.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to the black and white ball before though. But that was
Okay.
back in my backsliding days. I went with two women on accident.
Daryl, okay, one day we're gonna have an episode and we're just gonna talk about the chaos, the pure and utter chaos that you used to cause in the St.
Yeah,
Louis streets.
yeah. This 2000.
Because
This 2009.
yeah, and see, I don't know anything about that. So yeah, like we gonna definitely have a conversation about it.
But
But
then they announced that they pregnant.
well, allegedly, it's not fully confirmed. But are we gonna say allegedly?
Yeah, I think it's still allegedly because I didn't feel like it was like a thing of like, oh, this is official.
Yeah, and I know that in recently in the comments, people have been saying Nelly get her pregnant. He was like, I'm working on it and blah 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 blah. And it's just such interesting dialogue around this. And I'm I'm confused about the dialogue because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh, he couldn't marry you, so he made you a baby mama." Everybody don't aspire to marriage.
And why is it none of your? It's none of it's your fucking business to be honest.
It's really not, because what he do, what he shit, and what he eat don't make me shit for real. Like, for real. And I'm just like, okay, can we just be happy if this is the case, that they have a child on the way, they figured it out, and that's just it. Because a lot, never mind, I ain't really gonna do that today.
And look, and real talk, some of y'all haters because y'all ain't with the dude y'all had a baby with.
Or you not with the nigga that you ultimately want to be with, period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I'm just
happy, they happy, man. Why do we have to keep saying this? Like, just because you're not married, the I do not like how men and women put that above
women
women. Like,
in the comments. It's really weird.
but men and women put it above women, like they're not worthy of whatever they are just because you ain't married. I'm just saying that's not a prerequisite to life of being happiness or being treated correctly or any of those things just because you're married. Period. Let's full stop on that. Full
Tell a
stop.
friend,
And
say
not is that not
sorry
a
for
value
the
of a
niggas
woman
in
either
the
though?
back.
And that's not a value of a woman either. That's not a value of a woman either. Full stop.
That doesn't mean anything. And I mean, okay,
I know some dusty ass women that's married. Dusty. When I mean dusty, dusty. That don't mean you're
dusty,
dope. And I know some
miserable.
dusty dudes that are married. That don't mean you're dope as a dude either.
It
Stop.
doesn't. It doesn't make you. It don't put you here. It don't. Like, a lot of y'all are in relationships and married to people that y'all kind of settle for. You really don't want to be with, and then you get mad with people taking their time and not having kids and all this stuff, and now you gotta. It's like all this. Y'all doing a lot of this, and I need y'all to do this. Shut up. Just let people be and let people do what works for them. Because maybe if you try to do what works for you, you would be a lot happier.
But they don't want to be happy though. We talked about that last time. They don't want to be happy.
I
They
don't
want you
get
to be not happy like them. Because like everything I saw on there though, and I mean, of course, visuals is visuals and people will do it. But Ashanti looked generally happy as hell in general just to be
happy.
there. Like I'm talking about not like, and this ain't like when you be faking on Instagram, you be like, hey, look at me real quick for this little 30-second TikTok. I'm talking about like she literally was up in that bad boy, like having fun.
She says,
And I'm
so
talking
good.
people have told me that too, though. They was like, they said Ashanti was coming on, like a couple of my friends went, she was coming on to random people's tables talking to them that was just not, they weren't nobodies. They weren't like, they were just a regular, executive somewhere at a company here. And she coming over talking to me like, it was like literally like just laughing and having a great time.
And I think we've gotten so far from being happy. I don't know if people really know what that is, because we live in such a place where we have to put things on display and make and appearances. And my friend made a post about how he hadn't felt like posting on social media. He, like the pressures, or just like feeling like that age of social media is kind of like dying out. I always felt like, I'm like, if you don't want to post, then just don't post.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know I value myself in showing up as my true authentic self. And I think one of the most recent conversations I have been having, like I don't, you know me, like I have no, I'm a human being. We all have feelings. And yesterday I felt like the weight of, like, it was just like, oh my God, like, what is going on? I just want to be happy. I feel like it's like curveball after curveball. And, like, I'm just, just trying to dodge it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And just wanting to fully be happy. I was like, man, I just want my body to love me back. I want this. I want that. God, like, just please, like, just grant me the serenity and the peace. I want to feel like myself. And I think a lot of people lost, like, or never knew what that felt like.
Yeah.
Because to experience happiness, like I'm trying to think about,
And people, and us, period, we shut ourselves down from happiness too, as well.
yeah,
We,
because
we
we
just because it doesn't go into, we're so traumatized by anything in the past that anything that triggers that of like, oh, this ain't go exactly the way I wanted to. It's a red flag. This is a narcissist chick. I'm out.
yeah.
Dude,
And
things
instead of
happen in
staying
life.
and waiting and trying to process, we feel like we're not deserving of it. And I was talking to my best friend
Ooh.
about it today, right?
So you think
So
that sometimes people act like someone is like playing them because they feel like they
yeah,
don't deserve it.
because people be waiting for the other shoe to drop. People be waiting all the time. And what was so crazy today is when I was talking to my best friend, he works at a charter school in St. Louis and they doing some weird fuck shit. But it was weird because he had gotten a call from his cousin that works like in another district and was like, hey, I probably be able to set something. So it was weird how kismet like the things were. And he said, you know what? I think they were really mad because when we had this meeting, and he still doesn't know why they're trying to force him to resign. Like no one has told him why. He said, you know, when I was just telling them and explaining to them, I think they were more shocked that I was trying to take control of the situation. Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, they were not getting a rise out of me in a response. And he said, honestly, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I think it's something that y'all trying to do this before, at least let me finish out December. But I just, I've never, he's like, I'm used to weird things happening on jobs anyway. But he was like, this level of peace that I have, and I always tell people that. I was like, it'd be the peace that gets you because and that's like, they probably thought that you was trying to be passive aggressive. He's like, and when they was the ones that was being passive aggressive to me.
Mm-hmm.
And him saying, like, these are the issues that I'm having. You're saying I lost the spark, but all of these crazy traumatic things have happened in the recent weeks here, and they have not been addressed. You're picking and choosing how y'all are navigating this situation, and y'all just came for me out of nowhere. I've never had a conversation. I've never been written up. But hey, he's like, honestly, I'm just like, oh, I'm over it. And he said one thing. He said, I deserve happiness. I deserve that freedom. I deserve that peace. And I'm like, you are deserving
How does
of it.
it
And I
feel?
think that we forget that we are entitled to it. We can have it. And I think that things have been so chaotic, especially for us as Black people, since the boat coming off the boat, forced over here. We're so used to survival and all these different things that we don't even know how to operate in other spaces without a tussle. I'm tired of tussling. I
Don't
used to
get started again. Don't get started again though, because from the short that went left, you are that's last time you said that we tired, and the short went left. I'll make sure I won't.
But that's what I mean. People be tired. See, when I say I'm tired, people don't understand when you don't have color, melanin, you're not melanated. Things hit different for y'all, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it because you have a privilege that dream of, experience, and want to live in that space. It must be nice to be able to walk out the door and you're not thinking about getting shot, getting pulled over by the
Yeah, yeah,
popo.
that's an extreme. I mean, but there are benefits, like you said before, it was benefits of being black, man. One of the things I'll never forget, I was at a conference once with one of my white coworkers, man, and we just walked around. And it was a black dude walked up to me, and I was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And we just dapped up and like kept it moving. He was like, "Hey, you know him?" I was like, "No,
Man,
I don't know him." He was like, "For real?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Man," he's like, "That's gotta be like a great feeling to know if you see somebody that looks like you would anywhere in general, and that you're in a small space, you automatically will." I've never felt like that.
it's
And I didn't know this dude though. I didn't know this dude. He was like, "Oh snap, what up, man? What you doing here?" Oh, my name such and such, boom, 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 boom. We dapping up. You know how we do. Like, so we the only 2, 3 black dudes in this space. We all homies now. This is what it's gonna be.
and sometimes and we've talked about this. I've experienced the adverse of it, And I had to take control of the situation. So
But
now
most
what's
time it works in our favor. Most time, most people are gonna be
yeah,
all right.
more times than it does. But ultimately, I think it's just that it's just a level of security and safety that you kind of feel. you know, it's like I told y'all already in the other clip that went left. If reincarnation is a thing, I always want to come back as a black woman with this
Me
personality.
too. I want to come as a black woman too.
Listen, we be having a time. It's just so dope. Being a black woman is just so freaking dope.
For someone that is not cool to be dope, and shout out to them. I didn't put this on the docket, but we gotta talk about this. George Santos. I don't know if you saw this congressman that just got expelled from office this week.
Oh yeah, and Z-Way hit him up and was like, let's do a pay-per-view
So
interview.
I have a list, and I looked at it in my email on my other computer. I have a list of all his lies that he told. I want to list them to you live, and I want you to react to all the lies he told to get in the office. So I'm just gonna read them to you because I know you don't know all. Because there's a lot. It's 9 lies. I'm gonna read each one to you. He allegedly lied to donors, then using their money to make purchases at Hermes and OnlyFans. That's why I got jammed up. So,
Oh, you went to Hermes?
yeah, Hermes, yes. I don't even know. I called it Hermes, like the doggone guy. I'm sorry, y'all.
The Diane Carroll corrected you. Sorry.
Yeah. The Falcons Crest.
Okay. Wait. Is there a dollar amount that he spent
Okay,
on?
2 people gave. Okay, let me see. It doesn't say the amount he used or whatever on that.
Okay.
But he bought
Not
designer,
a Hermes scarf.
like luxury designer clothing and OnlyFans accounts and a subscription to OnlyFans with the donation money from donators
People
for
spend a lot of money for that to be a problem.
how many
Like,
OnlyFans you subscribe to, G?
like to be honest, the I know people that have OnlyFans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they are asking for is like, okay, if you pay a year in advance, like you pay for the whole year, it don't be like thousands of
It's
dollars.
$100. Let's say $10 a month.
Yeah,
$120 for the year.
yeah. And you might get a 10% discount if you buy the full year in advance. So how much? And you was just been buying they videos now. Where it gets expensive, low key for real, is when you go to buy the videos. And I don't understand because I like that's how they get you, like, oh, you sign up. Because I've like, let me tell you, like, because Twitter porn will get you. And Twitter porn will lead you to somebody's OnlyFans, and you want to watch it, so you sign up for the subscription or whatever. And then next thing you know, these hoes want $65 to watch this video, but then they only got still got that 10-second clip. Bitch, if you don't give me my $16 back.
Yeah, because they put on there like you should be able to get like a 7-day trial period with
Where
something.
you get to access it.
Yeah, because it's like a thing of like, yo, like I bought this and it's whack. So now I'm subscribing for this whole month.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
And I can't do that. Like,
It is funny.
but
Okay,
it's
well,
funny that so hold on, I'm listing off the rest of the stuff though. So that's the first thing he lied about. Second thing, he says he used campaign money for personal travel and Botox. The campaign credit card shows taxis and hotel charges in Las Vegas in December 2021 during a time when Reverend Santos had told his campaign staff that he was on his honeymoon and there was no corresponding campaign events on his calendar. So it goes deeper, all right? So several other expenditures related to spy services and or cosmetic procedures cannot be verified as having a campaign nexus. For example, during the 2020 campaign, a $15 purchase of campaign debit card was made at Merz's Aesthetics. This expense was not reported to FEC. It was noted as Botox and expense per sheets produced by ISC by Ms. Marks, similarly to the $1,400 charge A virtual skin spa was a campaign debit card purchase that was also described as Botox in spreadsheets produced by his Marks ISC and an unreported PayPal amount of $1,029 to an esthetician associated with the spa in Rhinebeck, New York. We ain't done though, so you give me your quick joke because we got 7 more lies. Keep in mind, he's.
I know but
yeah, but he was he
when you
switched to
said
Republican.
esthetician, I was like, that's Botox. Like I already knew. Like it was Botox or fillers. Like it wasn't you was getting a pill or a microdermabrasion. My nigga, I already knew. I was like, oh, that's Botox right away.
And it ain't for your lady. That's for you. You showing up. He allegedly lied to collect unemployment benefits. He collected more than 24,000 unemployment benefits in June of 2020. He applied to receive unemployment benefits in June 2020 after the program was expanded to help out people work through the pandemic. At the time, he was employed as the regional director of Florida-based investment firm, earning an annual salary of $120,000. But he applied to New York's unemployment and got an extra $24,000 basically.
The pandemic scams.
He allegedly committed identity theft. I had it to my email on this other computer. I knew I had it over here. In a superseded file, October 10th, Santos was accused of committing identity fraud and credit card theft. Prosecutors say he made unauthorized donations using campaign donors' credit card information that was entered on the website and stole family members' identities. He was also accused of conspiring with his campaign accountant to submit fraudulent information about contributions to the Federal Election Commission.
OMG.
So he stole his family's accounts, and so when you put in your money to donate to my thing, he was taking them credit cards and then charging them. When you donate, I'm gonna donate $5 to your campaign.
That's so.
He's a big liar.
You're a big scammer. This is.
And they elected.
Here's the thing. Okay. Like we talked about with British, he was not acting alone. Yeah. Who else?
I mean, we keep on naming these different people that are like different people that are associated helping him out. He just the front man.
How do you get your family information? Because who did you like? That's like you took your great auntie information, like they kid gave you, and you broke them off something like that. Come on, that had to have happened because that just doesn't make sense. When I tell you, I don't know nobody else's information. I remember when I signed up for Clear, they asked me something about a relative that lives out here that I have only.
No, Clear does that. Clear got on me because me and my dad have the same name.
Wow. Like I literally, also I want y'all to know that y'all should just do regular TSA pre-check. It's much cheaper and longer.
Be clear, you can go through lines for sporting events too with that.
Yeah, but you can all you got to do is download the app and just show them. Because we did that. I did that at Beyonce. I don't have Clear no more. And I did that.
They be checking at Busch Stadium.
You can sign up, but it's like a way that you can do where it won't charge you. Like that's what I did for Beyonce.
Oh wow, okay.
And was able to clear the line like that. But also, I'm like, I don't want to clear. You still have to take your shoes off. I don't want to take the stuff out of my bag.
I don't take my shoes off.
I took my shoes off when I had it. They made me take my shoes off and take my laptop in my bag. Yeah, so, and I guess it just depends on what airport, but I don't want to be in the same line with the regular people. They don't put you in the pre-check line. I'm just saying. Anyway, also, I just, like I said, I'm thinking about thinking about that, and I was like, oh wow, I was like, I literally, this is like a cousin, a second cousin, like, and it wasn't even like my cousin, it was his wife who married into my family. I'm like, that bitch like twice removed. I don't fucking know. And I literally closed my eyes and did this, like, and just tapped something just to make it work. What else does nigga do?
All right. So he allegedly lied to Congress. All House candidates are required to file financial disclosure forms that give all full account of their assets, income, and liabilities, among other information. Prosecutors said that while Santos certified that his disclosures were true, complete, and correct, the statements we filed in May 2020 and September 22 were riddled with inaccuracies. Keep in mind, it's the same dude that applied for unemployment during the same period in another state.
And here's
the same state he went and ran in too. Hold on, this combined with it. He reimbursed himself for loans he did not make. An FCC report, Santos said during the 2020 and 2012 election, he made personal loans to his campaign's committee and leadership PAC totaling more than $800,000. He later reimbursed himself for a large portion of these loans. But the House Ethics Committee found that there is substantial evidence that most of the reported personal loans were not actually made or properly disclosed. So basically, you're saying like, oh, I loaned my PAC or like my group of people that was donating money, so that's why I took $800,000 out because I loaned them in money. So I don't have to pay it back because I loaned them that. They owe that. Wow. It's even worse. It's not getting real petty in this article. He lied about where he went to high school. Santos immigrated from Brazil, says he attended the Horace Mann School in the Bronx during his first years of high school, but had to leave the prestigious private academy in his senior year because my parents fell on hard times, which was something he would later become known as the Depression of 2008. But a spokesperson for the school told CNN in December that there was no evidence he attended Horace Mann. Later, he obtained a high school
even his name
equivalency diploma. So he got a GED. He obtained a high school equivalency diploma.
I'm saying, is George Santos even his name?
That's a good question. And college.
Oh shit, is that about to come up?
Just wait. Santos claimed he graduated with a degree from economics and finance from Baruch College in 2010, which suggests he would have made it through a 4-year program in just 2 years because he supposed to graduate high school in 2008 if he actually graduated from Horace Mann in 2008. But Bart's representative told the Times there was no record of Santos being in the class of 2010, nor is there a record of Santos being a star on the Barch volleyball team that he claimed, as he claimed during his Nassau County GOP chair, Joseph Cairo, to the chair. A biography of Santos on the National Republican Congressional Committee states Santos also spent time at the New York University, or NYU, claimed that the NYU could not collaborate. Later, he told the New York Post that he did not graduate from any institution of higher learning.
Just say that. Why lie as if we can't? Okay.
Hold on. It gets better. He never worked on Wall Street. So this ought to be saying his campaign people believe. His campaign bio states he worked at Goldman Sachs.
The gift of gab is a powerful weapon.
Yes.
Because all you got to do is, it's like a level of confidence that you have, and you just talk like, yeah, I know, like, yeah, I did this, and then
and you gotta be confident with it too. You gotta be like,
yeah, like you gotta be confident. Your eyes can be shifty. You just gotta be, and you could stumble a little bit, but then they make it like a little more believable. But it's like, I mean, what? Like, here's the thing, it's like you lied about weird shit that you know that we can trace this. Like, this isn't just a regular 9-to-5 job. Who not gonna check your credentials? Nigga.
He never worked for Wall Street, and we're not done yet. We ain't done.
You did not have to say that.
His campaign bio states he worked at Goldman Sachs and Citigroup, but representatives of both companies have told the Times they have no record of his employment. The lies weren't that he hard to figure out. Santos said he worked in cities.
I try to turn the light off, like nigga, you're lying, and then I'm trying to have the light on.
I saw it. I know what you was doing. I thought you tried to do an effect.
I was.
Hold on. He said he was there in 2010. Keep in mind, he said he graduated high school in 2008. But he said he worked there in the early 2010s, though the bank sold off its assets in management when he was in high school. So remember, Goldman Sachs didn't exist. I mean, part of Citigroup, Goldman Sachs sold themselves during the crisis in 08, 09.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the area you claim you worked in, we don't even own that no more. After Santos was sworn to Congress, the Times obtained a copy of his inflated resume, claiming that he graduated from top 1% at Burritt, which is the school originally, and earned an MBA at NYU, and was able to double the revenue on the project he worked on at Goldman Sachs.
I mean, it sounds good, and these are things that could be believable when you are just working.
No, this is not believable. You know what? Real talk. This is white privilege, though, dog. Because if my black self or my crazy dreads pulls up and says I went to Baruch, NYU, and worked to Gold State, you think they ain't gonna check my references?
They gonna check. And at this time, D, you would have did that. You would have been the low cut D.
Oh, the low cut D might have been a slide with that though. Low cut D, I wouldn't better to get through it. They would have been like, I think he did go to Baruch though, but I don't believe the MBA. They might check on the MBA.
I don't even think that I've even.
Oh no, wow. We're not done. We ain't done. We got three more points.
Listen, I got somebody that's about to pull up. No, and not on no mission. My homegirl needed to grab some stuff from my house. So at that time, I might say, "Hey, hold on," and that's it.
Yeah.
To it.
All right.
Ultimately, that's a lot. Also, sidebar, I just want to say that the Jonathan Majors, since we're talking to scamming and fraud. Why the chick, the white chick or whatever, gonna say he wanted me to be like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama? Girl, what? There are a lot of things that I believe that could have happened, but that is not one of them. How, ma'am? First of all, you white. How you gonna pretend to be black? How would he want you to be a black woman?
Oh, I'm looking at now. It says Jonathan Majors complains he told her to be like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama, demanded total compliance. What's those women? Those women ain't total compliant. Why are those women those are not women that are total.
Look, that's all I wanted to say about that. I saw that before we got on here because I just said what out loud. I said, "Oh, girl." Now,
hold on. Now it says opening the prosecutors painted Majors as a controlling manipulator. Defense said Jabari threatened suicide. Look, this is the Coretta Scott thing, though, man. Like, so it says here, Marvel actor Jonathan Majors was so controlling toward his ex-girlfriend. He told her he needed to make sacrifices for him, like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama did for their husbands. Prosecutors told the jury at the opening of his domestic violence case.
Baby.
Either somebody on some fuck shit then, because either it's Jonathan Majors, if he said that for real, he's on some fuck shit. And if for her to even try to use that as a comparison thing, she on some fuck shit too, though, in general. Like, somebody is. Somebody is. Because why are those two people being interjected into this conversation, period?
Listen, I'm so over that. Like that today. That just like stop. Just stop.
Man, you don't understand. I'm just gonna list out the George Santos things though to you real quick, just so you could just react. I'm not even gonna read about them. I'm just gonna send them out. He said he lied about finding an animal charity. He allegedly swindled a disabled vet whose dog was dying. He may have ripped off an Amish dog breeder with a bad check. What's the deal with his marriage? So he may not be married for real. It is unclear if his mother's death was related to 9/11 because he claimed his mother died because of 9/11. His grandmother was definitely not a Holocaust victim because he claimed his grandmother was a Holocaust victim. And he said he had employees that died in the Pulse shooting. Remember the gay club where the guy went in there and killed everybody in Florida? He said they had employees in there.
My friend really did lose a friend in that, but like,
yes,
what?
He claimed he did. His niece did not get kidnapped either. He claimed his niece got kidnapped in October of 2023.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this.
And he said he's Jewish, but he's not.
How did, like we said, gift of gab? You're able to manipulate. Some of these just sound so outlandish.
He said he was on Hannah Montana too. He's also a Broadway producer.
I'm done. Next time.
It's more than 9. He's a journalist in Brazil. He claimed he almost got assassinated in December in Brazil because he's gay and he's Republican.
But a lot of Latinos, like, and they are Republicans. So that doesn't. I mean, the gay, like, you just added a layer, but they do just be based on how they pander toward people, like their religious views. Like, we all know that.
Yeah, but it's so gay. Like, this dude just was lying to be lying.
Just a lie. Like, you like a kleptomaniac. What do they call it? You a pathological liar because you had no reason to lie. Like, how many people in Congress do you think really have that are college educated? I don't think that's a prerequisite.
No. Because I mean, there's a lot of people up in there. We talk about the chick Bobart. Right. I think she has a degree. We talk about Lindsay Bobart. You
gotta be the people's people. People just gotta vote for you. We don't need this extra lie, like bullshit. Next. Thank you. Next. I'm over it.
Yeah, George Santos is hilarious, man. I like he's just an ongoing.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if he did something with Z-Way, I would watch it.
So the thing is, though, is that this is real talk. This is Donald Trump's fault. I know that people are gonna be like, how? The idea that the dude that was running The Apprentice won the presidency. That means everybody think they can do whatever to become into politics.
You can.
And I'm not saying that the rights of a regular person to run for office is fine, but there were prerequisites and things that you had to do and steps that you had to make before you became certain position. You had to be at least be the PTO president or something before you ran for the doggone councilman for the area, and then you became an alderman, then you became a state rep, then you became a congressman. You just can't wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm gonna run for Senate. Like, what? What do you mean you're gonna run for Senate?
We live in a country where, honestly, like, you can just do that. Like, we see it happen all the time. Like, AOC doesn't have a history, like a background in politics. She was,
and I'm tripping about that too. Like, the idea of understanding policy and understanding how to maneuver. It's not just Republicans, like in general. And I don't
everybody. But like I told you, the gift of gab, when you look, you're able to, like, move through certain situations, like work in a room. That's what it's really about. And if people,
civics.
That's what. Listen, like, it's about people being able to see themselves in you. So AOC's story, a lot of people could relate, and they was even trying to say that some of that was the truth.
Right, because they were saying, like, she was like this is a waitress on the back end, right? Like the part time, right? Because she was already doing some other stuff, but then she lost that job. This was like a part time during the time period, and then she kind of jumped off as a person working under Bernie Sanders under that movement.
Yeah.
All right, one last topic. I know you gotta get ready to roll out. I'm really not liking Rick Ross
right now. Okay. I'm not about to. Okay, so last time you said this, it was like a snowball of a chain of events, and which happened with Puff Daddy. So don't say you don't like. Don't say that about Rick Ross, okay? Because I enjoy the Maybach music, okay? It just sounds luxurious.
I mean, no, Rick Ross. Rick Ross is bitch nigga. No, I like Rick Ross raps. I like all that.
Horns and
it's just, I don't know, man.
Listen, I enjoy
Rick Ross. He's the best beat selector in hip hop history.
Okay.
No, he's the best beat selector in rap hip hop history.
He is. I'm giving you that. Yes. I'm giving you that. I think He knows. Here's the thing: is that as much as people try to discredit Rick Ross about his past, what you was doing, it's like, oh, you was a cop. I'm like, oh, cops and correctional officers are two different things. But okay, you found your lane, you know your role. We just need you to stay in it. And Rick Ross is low key hella fucking funny, my nigga. Like that thread on Twitter where it's like the times where Rick Ross was not a real person. Like when that nigga tried to get on that camel and that camel collapsed up under him.
Yeah.
Or when this nigga was like, y'all trying to rip me off about cutting these trees down. I'm going to Home Depot and I'm buying my own chainsaw and I'm gonna cut it down myself. Who does that?
A regular person.
What Rick Ross do? What did
So
Rick?
him and D1 are in this back and forth thing, and now Rick Ross is also taking the wrath of Fafi, aka 50 Cent. He's been on a rampage lately. He has decided this is two different things, but it's funny. 50 Cent is literally like Genghis Khan when he goes across your lands and just conquers your shit. And like he so he literally was like he was going after Diddy, and then Rick Ross said some shit about him like 6 months ago. So he waited for that Meek Mill and Rick Ross album to drop, and he just start like just literally like levitating all your like just decimating everybody's lands. I'm talking he just going out just bomb, 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 bomb. Just 50 just bombing everything. So he went off on 50 because he was making fun of 50 saying 50 ain't got no money or whatever, and then he ain't no real boss because he got mad that Charlemagne said that he was a mastermind, and he's like masterminds don't go for bankruptcy, masterminds, and yeah, okay, and to me the thing with that is I never trust somebody to always say that, like always talk about the wins because everybody take L's. It's some Instagram shit to say that. To be like, oh, but I respect cats that I can see that, oh, I see where they failed at and where they came back from. I always respect those people more than those people I saw all your wins. And that was the thing with the 50 thing. But D1 is a Christian regular, I don't say Christian rapper. He's just a good rapper. He doesn't cuss, nothing like that. He just called out a lot of rappers for how they are making money now, but still pushing out poison in community music wise. Like you still robbing, you still killing. He taught out him, Meek Mill, and Jim Jones, and rappers in general, saying like, when are you're not living in life no more. I get that when you come in there, but when we gonna change the narrative and do something different? Rick Ross, I'm gonna put all this stuff up in there, y'all listen, but he was, I gave out tricycles to all the kids and turkeys to mothers that don't have nothing. Keep in mind, but the thing is that Rick Ross is so far away from anything. D1 does all this stuff in the neighborhoods in New Orleans. Like all the stuff people saying he did, D1 does do.
But it's also you clearly feel some type of way and feel seen when he just made a general statement. Like I hate when people make general statements and I'm not necessarily coming for you, but you clearly this struck a chord with you, and now you trying to come for me, and I didn't necessarily send for you. I was just saying a general statement.
Yeah, that's all. He called his name out though. He said his name.
But also, here's the weird thing. Okay, again, what I know of Rick Ross's history, you wasn't in Opalaka like that.
That's one of the biggest mysteries in hip hop. There's three mysteries in hip hop: who killed Biggie, who killed Tupac, and how did Rick Ross get in? Like those are the three biggest mysteries in rap history.
I mean, for all we know, you could be one of them things, but they say they own, an industry plant.
And I love Rick Ross music sometimes.
We love Rick Ross,
but I'm still interested in how you got here.
These are hypotheticals. I'm not calling you an industry plant, and I want you to know that I love and respect you. And like I said, I love Maybach music, so don't come for me because I'm not sending for you. But like I'm just saying that. I mean, make it make sense. You're not a killer. That's not your life, and so that's the thing that's the issue here. Is yes, at some point you gotta turn a new leaf. You gotta grow with the times. And I get it. It's just the same conversation that we have about Drake. Drake, I get it. They're like, oh, he know his artists. No, 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 no. You're 36 or 7. RIP to Teddy Ray. But at some point, it's gotta change. Like, what's happening? We were growing with you at first. Like, so Rick Ross, it is something that's gotta give. We've given you a pass for a long time. And this is coming from a person, I'm not deeply seated into hip hop culture. I didn't grow up in a hip hop household like that. My parents are old. So and whatever I got, it was, we didn't even have cable growing up. So whatever that I got of pop culture was school, from time to time, or going to a relative's house, having access to BET and MTV. So as a person, what I ascertained from the basics of rap is you kind of got to be about that life. You at some point, for the most part, depending on.
Let's talk about the fact that you named yourself as somebody that's still alive. I get it, like Lucky Luciano, any of those people that are dead already. Bumpy. You can name yourself. You name a man that's still alive. That man is still walking around.
Yeah.
And you named yourself after him. You named yourself his government name.
Okay. So did he say why he named himself Rick Ross? Like, what's the reason? Because like I'm not mad at the name per se.
From state to state, like Rick Ross was. That's a direct quote.
Which also is a lie. So.
So I'm just saying, D1 has a point. Most rappers lie about their list, but at this point, all these rappers, after you've been rapping a certain amount of time, I don't want to hear no gun raps from you. At some point.
I don't want to hear no gun raps. Honestly, I'm gonna say this.
Oh no, I take that back. There's only a few groups that I take gun raps from. MOP is one of my gun rap groups. Okay. I always believe that they ain't gonna make it out of Brooklyn. I always believe they danced out of Bodega, like still like say Annie up. I don't think they made it out of there. Like I just and I'm sorry, the Fame and I forgot the other brother from MOP. I just feel like y'all still in front of the Bodega, so I can literally believe that they are still shooting Annie up. I feel like they're still in the Bodega.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, right? Because I'm gonna have to talk about Puff Daddy a little bit, right?
Oh, I love that
in a positive light regarding his music. It is regarding his music. Like I know that y'all are not like a lot of people as far as his flow, like all this stuff, like they're not the biggest fans. We know a little bit of his history. We know different ins and outs and stuff. And it's believable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though he went to Howard, you did all this stuff. Okay, fine. But here's the thing that happens with Puff Daddy and even a Jay-Z. We see the evolution of where it was.
Is it an evolution for Puffy?
Puffy ain't talking about I'm still selling kilos and killing niggas.
He never did though.
Did we not listen to No Way Out?
No, he never said he was selling no kilos on there.
I feel like there was like there are parts there. I feel like
them street niggas that was writing his raps knew that they couldn't do that.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm killing it, I'm doing all this stuff. Like it wasn't like, but there was like a brief window, not a lot. But from that to where
I give Puffy a pass for that if he did. If there are like some,
I'm like, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. But I'm
Rick
saying,
Ross has built his career on that though, Don.
You see this.
Rick Ross has built his career on that. Even somebody else that I know that people are probably, I already know the comments, I already see them coming. What about Pusha T? I'm pre-seeing.
Okay, can we talk? Okay, but I love Pusha T. Listen,
I know
numbers on the board. Nigga, okay. And that joint with him and Kelly Rowland, where he kind of flowing like a little bit, sound like Mace a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I can look.
But okay, but I know what you're gonna say, and you are absolutely correct, nigga. You're not still moving bricks. We're tired. You are like an executive now.
Yes.
Life has happened to you. I want to know what is the change. Like, I would like to know what's different. And I understand that.
But I will say this though. I will give Pusha T the difference to him and Rick Ross is Pusha T doesn't act like he's a boss. Of like Rick Ross always like, I'm just doing all this stuff. I'm everywhere. I'm this CEO. Yeah, Pusha T is like, I still sell drugs, but I don't. I'm cool with that to a certain extent.
Or do we know? Like, can we
because
confirm?
He actually did sell drugs. Maybe that's why I let him get away with it more. Because I don't know about Rick Ross's.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if maybe, I mean, Pusha T knows, clearly he would know something that we don't know. But that be the thing. It's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know we're going to be smooth and dope. But is it still that thing where it's like you still have one foot in and one foot out because you don't know? It's just like how the game still low-key be gang banging.
Yeah. And I know
so there is a possibility.
Yeah, you're right. Pusha T is definitely still connected to the street cats, though. That's
yeah.
Sure.
But
no,
it's
that's
just
for sure.
But here's the thing: it is now he physically doesn't have to do it. There are people making those plays for him, and he still could be. Think about the life of a drug dealer. Let's think about it.
Okay.
I don't know. I've only seen crack once in my life. But think about it from that perspective of like how quick but how long those years are. It's like the pandemic. It ages you, but it's so many fucking stores that you got to
You compare crack selling and drug selling to the pandemic, which is fucking accurate, but funny. That's how long we get.
Hey, I might be on to something. I'm telling you, I be on the shit. Say what you want to say, but your chick be on it. I'm just saying.
But you're right.
Because I think about the years of Snowfall. I didn't watch Snowfall. I know that it lasted, like 7 or 8 seasons.
Yeah, but it's not 7-8 years, though.
But it's not 7. That's what I'm saying. And look how long, but quickly everything shifted. And
it's like 3 years. I think it's like 3 years.
Yeah. It was only that, but it was a long 3 years. Think about 2020 March to for real now has all been a blur. Because even this year, like, I was so optimistic about this fucking year. I was like, yo, that clock struck motherfucking midnight. I was like, I felt different about this year. I was like,
This year's been beautiful for me. I can't front. It's been a good year for me.
Yo, it's been chaotic as fuck.
It has been chaotic, but I've been just staying in the crib.
I'm telling you, I'm already brainstorming my goals for next year, and I'm going to write them down. I'm going to make my vision board. I'm like, the plays have got to be different. And I think things have been just a little tough because I have been funding my business out of pocket. And I'm like, I got to find some grants or something because this is just, I don't like this at all. And like just trying to be creative. And it's just been a little hard because I'm like a person that is like really absorbs like what's happening and what I consume, and turning things off and trying to turn the world off has just been very chaotic for me. So ultimately, like think about it like that. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, so even though Pusha T might only had sold coke and shit for about 10, like maybe
18 months. For 18 months. Let's say 18 months.
Okay, for 18 months. Low-key, he got stories to probably last him 20 years. Man, like keeping it about.
Hey, that's real.
Yeah, that's real. Okay, hold on real quick.
Mm-hmm. All right. Like I said, Rick Ross, though. But your point about Pusha T, though, with Snowfall. That is an amazing analogy, yo. Because he
I
can have a
feel
whole bunch of
honored.
stories. No, that is I never thought about it like that. Huh.
It just came to my mind, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna sound
Because you
crazy.
gotta think like
I
people
don't know
think
if the
that
audience. I was like, I don't know if the audience gonna cuss me out and be like, you tripping, but
no, but like you said, it's 7 seasons of Snowfall, but it's really only 3 years that all that stuff happened.
yeah. And look at all the stories.
But it's only 3 to 4 years that all this stuff happened.
Yeah. Like I think about these few years, like I said, I think about the chaos that I've experienced and witnessed in these few years of, even COVID. It's just like, I got stories for days.
Yeah, but it's just hard for me with the Rick Ross thing, though, man. Like I said, I like Ross, but D1 has it
Also,
too.
also, like you said, this guy is a clean rapper. And yes, he did say his name. But ultimately, it's like if you really felt like what he said struck a nerve with you, I think it's time to do. You don't have to tell people what you do. We already know.
Because he went on when he went in on Meek Mill, he had a great point. Because he said, Meek Mill, you was talking about when you get out of jail that you're not gonna be talking about murders on raps and that you're gonna be about prison reform. But your first track's talking about you gonna run up on somebody in a red light, making sure you do them in. And I was like, damn. Like, especially in the Meek Mill, he was talking about, I'm not gonna remember he was saying like I'm not gonna rap
I
about
mean, a
shooting
lot of
killing no
them were
more.
saying a lot of stuff. Like I remember that. You remember when Blue Ivy was born? Jay Z said he wasn't gonna say "bitch" no more.
Yeah. This is like when niggas, when you get drunk real bad and you start praying to God, like, I'm never gonna drink no more. Just give me 100 this one. And then you
Yeah,
write back.
I've had that prayer. Like God, like if you let me this pregnancy test come out negative,
Oh shit.
ladies, we all done said that before and still been wretched. Look, listen, when I went to the doctor the other day because my side was hurting, he was like, "Is there a chance you're pregnant?" I said, "Listen, I know I'll be irresponsible, but I'm irresponsible when I'm not ovulating."
Yo, this is another episode of Everyone Needs an Aquarius. Yo. All right.
Bye, y'all.